We're back. Welcome to our channel, Max and Maya Living. We left the city to do life here on the countryside of Sweden. We have a baby on the way, and this is our fur baby, Jackie. It's hard work being out here, but here's a look at what we've been up to. We're gonna go to the town, get rid of some garbage. We have recycle things that need to be recycled, and they have like a really good recycling facility.
Yeah, so we need to drive 15 minutes to recycle.
Yeah. Recycle. Do your civic duty, everybody, and recycle. So this is how we recycle. We have this in our mudroom.
Glass in that one, the colored one in this.
Yeah, I made a mistake last time. Tidningar. And all done. We're doing a little deroute to get home because Max found an area I had never seen. And we're driving and there's cute little goats, baby goats. So just to clarify, despite us living on the countryside in farm town, we don't have an actual farm. Well, no, we don't. We have no farm. We have a greenhouse. We have neighbors that have sheep, lots of cows, and chickens. So we usually get our eggs from this one lady, but we just passed a sign that says egg. So we're gonna get some eggs.
All right, we're back in the car with 24 eggs. He said you can have as many as you want, but we thought 24 would be...
That's a lot.
That's a lot. We don't eat as much egg as we did last summer.
No, but we're going to be baking and stuff.
I know this might sound pretentious, but I can really feel the difference when I buy an egg from a farm, and I can see how much to take care of them as opposed to buying it from the grocery store.
I could tell the difference in the shell.
Yeah, with the shell, but even the yellow.
The yellow is obvious, but like when I crack it, it's so soft.
Yeah.
In the store.
Like this.
The Biggest Little Farm?
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, that was okay. If you haven't seen,
we should rewatch that.
Yes. If you haven't seen it already, you need to watch The Biggest Little Farm on Netflix. It's the most cutest, adorable documentary. And
buy sheeps.
Buy goats. Wow. This is our hood, yo. So here's the deck. We're gonna have some cute outdoor dining here and maybe some outdoor lounges over here. I keep checking online, but when I say online, I mean Facebook Marketplace and the Lopez, and I haven't seen anything yet, so I might have to buy brand new. We're here at Yemen Fix, and this is one of the closest building supply stores near us, and we need to finish our summer deck. The deck is there, but we don't have any fencing, and with the baby and we have a neighbor with kids, I'm just like, y'all are gonna fall off if we don't put a fence. So we're gonna put some fencing and get some furniture, but we need wood. So our awesome neighbors loaned us their slop. Stop it! I call it a wagon. They call it a slop. Stop it! I'll show you what that is. This. So we're gonna put all the wood in here, and yeah, you can't fit wood in even a regular 4x4. Just the amount of wood we need. So here's all the wood. There's Max.
So these will be poles that we will put on the side of the deck, and then our idea is to use this to build a shorter fence and also have light bulbs going between them, so that it could be like nice evening, well, night lights.
So we need 6. We need 6 of these bad boys.
Alright, we're doing some progress today. I got some help. I got a 2-piece of biceps from my childhood. Rasmus is here to help me.
Okay, it's another day, another hustle, another DIY project. Max is currently building the IKEA dresser.
Take credit for building when it's from IKEA.
Yes, this is no easy task.
True.
We got this.
What is a screwdriver?
I'd like to also put some painting mural of some kind. We'll see. Oh, and then this that goes on top of that doesn't fit, so we have to cut it down. Several hours later, after the storm, after our ship abandoned. This is a huge dresser. This is the hugest dresser I've ever owned or seen. This is the shit I'm talking about.
So what are we doing today?
So we're gonna go to the lake. I'm gonna go for a dip. We're packing some mangoes, water, bringing
Chips,
Jackie. We're gonna film for a little bit, but even that, I'm like, Max, I just want to chill. I just want to go in that lake. Hopefully the water is not freezing cold.
This is the warmest day so far since we got back.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's almost 30 degrees.
That's hot.
That's hot. And it's just gonna get hotter today. There are a lot of beautiful beaches in Sweden, and we're so fortunate that we're surrounded by lakes and water everywhere. So we're gonna go there and have a great day. Have a relaxed day.
We're gonna get some snacks. We have some mangoes, oranges, some tortilla chips, but tortilla chips, some agua, so you know. I want ginger beer.
Oh yeah.
If they have. And what do you want?
I don't know if I'll let you in on my biggest weakness so far, but pastries. I can go without candy, I can go without chips, soft drinks, popsicles, ice cream, but there's one thing that I cannot be without. Pastries. Cinnamon buns, Danish, whatever they're called, Danish pastries, sponge cakes, whatever. They're just that, I don't know what it is. That consistency, the sweets, the cream, everything.
Yeah, anything that's high in carbs and fatty, that's up this one's alley. So ICA, what is it? It's a grocery store.
ICA is the equivalent of for you.
Canadians, Metro.
Metro.
Americans, Ralph's. A tiny Ralph's.
Tiny Ralph's. Walmart. It's Sweden's Walmart. But they own everything.
Walmart?
Yeah, like groceries too.
Okay, so let's take a look. Maybe smaller. Support her.
So what do we need? Snacks.
I just got my salsa and I just need ginger beer. Let's see if they have ginger beer. I'm just kind of like holding myself because I'm in discomfort. The baby is kicking me somewhere sensitive in her. It's not fun. So here the prices seem more than they are. It's just kroners, Swedish kroners. So you just move the decimal over and add a couple more dollars, and that's your US Canadian equivalent. It's not $23, it's 23 kroners. So move the decimal over, 2 plus a couple, you know, a dollar, $3 bucks.
Nej, det var bra.
Coffee, popsicle.
I got a popsicle too, actually. Maybe my wife can help me open it.
Go to this beach already. Shoot. Oh.
You were the one who taught me the essence of always carrying an IKEA bag.
Your own people's bags. You see that bottom lip, girl? Oh, this is my first time. Like, we don't have a bathtub at home, so this is like my bathtub, my first bath. You're a little
Hej! Yes!
Kommer pizzan.
Tack så
Jag bara in och
jättemycket.
hämtar.
Wow. Recaps, some thoughts.
What a day. It's so funny because I've already talked about that on our channel quite a lot, that my biggest weakness moving to the countryside has been, or not my biggest weakness, what can I call it?
Paranoia?
Yeah, paranoia, like a fear of like wanting to always run away, travel somewhere or explore new things as opposed to
Staying
put and let the things in your environment grow on you. Because in my past, I've always had the issue where I get to a place and then I get a bit too comfortable and then I run away somewhere else. That's always been like how I deal with that fear of being stuck. But now I know that my reckoning is to stay put and grow in that world.
Yeah. I think humans have this innate feeling of something is always better elsewhere.
Yeah.
Something is
Maybe it's a universal thing.
Yeah, because even, I don't know, I feel a lot of people are never truly happy with where they are. They're always in the back of their head or at the front. They're thinking to themselves like, oh, what if?
But I can get so amazed sometimes when I go travel back to my hometown and I have friends there who are so content in where they are. And then they don't have this longing for traveling, seeing new places. They're probably struggling with their own things, but I get amazed by that. I get inspired when I see that. I wouldn't want to do it myself.
Yeah.
But like someone who's been in the same place, worked at the same spot since they were like got out of college.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have college, but I just say college because it's more relatable in English. And they're there and they're fine and they're so happy and they don't desire anything else. Maybe I opened Pandora's box too early in my life by traveling.
I think that everyone has a different life journey, and maybe in a previous life they traveled everywhere and they're like, this time I want to know what it's like to stay put.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that little metaphor that you have, where you always have this, it's almost like a mantra when you want to understand the world,
Mhm.
and then that you have if someone is acting in a certain way now, it's because in their previous life they were doing something completely different from what they're doing now.
Yeah.
I've never really thought of the world like that.
It's because I read that darn book, Holographic Universe.
Oh.
And I've been also...
So you never... But I feel like you were talking in those terms before you even read that book.
I never really thought about life in terms of a do-over. Like, I don't... I think of energy, but I've never thought of like a soul that's like, oh, I was like a war mongerer in this lifetime. Right. This time, I want to be a peace guru. Right. Like, I never thought about life in those terms, but now I do, because I've come across Netflix. There's that show. Is it Near Death or?
Oh, Near Death Experience or something like that.
Here's the insert. But that kind of reiterated what I was reading in Holographic Universe, which these kids, and they're kids, right? When your like memory is so fresh, where they remember a previous life.
Yeah.
And some of them are like child geniuses, like they know how to play the piano, they naturally speak 6 languages. There's no explanation for it, but previously you did that.
Yeah.
And so I'm a type of person who, if I am coming across people's experiences and there's enough of them, then I stop and ask questions. So now I wonder, like, I don't know. I feel like with my lifetime, I don't know about yours, but I want to experience as much variety as I can in this body. Not like one thing and then, oh, next time I'll try. Maybe, I don't know.
Isn't there also something very easeful of because you know how a lot of people have anxiety of death and to like you have to squeeze in all these activities, all these experiences before I'm hit 60 or whatever. Isn't there something beautiful also to like, so you can refer to something in your past life, but then also leave experiences for
the next time,
your next life.
Yeah.
So if you feel you get to the age of, let's say that you're 50 and you're like, man, I wish I've learned how to scuba dive, but you're feeling that you're an age, and I know people would be like,
scuba dive
you can have time, but maybe you feel like I don't want to at this age, and then instead of breaking yourself down for it or like making you feel bad for not ever doing it or complain for anything in your life that was an obstacle that prevented you from doing it, you can leave that for next Maya.
Yeah, that's how I look at life now.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just something that popped into my head now.
Oh.
I never heard you talk about future Maya will take care of that.
Oh, yeah. I spend a lot of my downtime thinking of like the do-over. Like what like, okay, so, you know, we're in this age of like freaking viruses and vaccines and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, say I come back in like 2100 or something else. I try to think of like what would the world be like then, and who would I want to be then. I play with scenarios.
Yeah.
Do you ever?
I do, but I have this. I think this is more of an ego thing I have, where I'm pretty sure everyone goes through this, but I feel like as my intellect and experiences are growing, I would want to go back with that knowledge and that experience to like my past and like confront either people who bullied me or like someone in the family who were confronting me with something, and just question to feel better about myself. Like that is something more that's more of an ego thing. I don't and then also like maybe go back and use it for something good as well, as I don't know, go back and help my dad to set up a business. I don't know, or like anything, just go back with the same knowledge and then see it from another perspective. You know,
I think I don't know, when I think in terms of this way, then I mean, I'm not afraid of death anymore. There was a time when I was. I am afraid of death, specifically with you.
Fear of losing someone else.
Fear of losing you specifically.
Because when
I
you're
can
dying,
wrap my head around other things, but you know what it is? It's because like I gave up everything to be here with you, and then it would fucking break me
But you could always go back.
I could go back.
If
Yeah.
that's the biggest issue, that you left everything, you still
No,
have...
but still, like,
I thought
it's
there was
like,
the loss of me,
No, it's
not
like-
the fact that, oh no, darn it, I'm here by myself.
no, it is you. But it's just like,
I know.
I gave everything up to pursue this,
Yeah.
to pursue this whole life, and then have it be taken away. And the reality is, anything could happen. I sometimes get shocked when people are like, oh, how could this happen? I'm like, girl, do you not see what happens out there in the world? Like, so many tragedies happen, and no one is immune to it.
Right.
And sometimes I think life has been pretty, I don't want to say smooth, but to the point where I'm like, do we need a tragic ending in this
I
story?
mean, I feel like that all the time. But then I also think of, this is something that I've learned how to, and I got help with this in therapy too, to also, I got into the mindset of learning how to navigate where things are going well. And not to think that the outcome,
Something bad is
something
gonna
bad
happen.
is about to happen. You can think back of the bad that has happened and think you have suffered so much, and there's so
Yeah.
much bad things that have happened to you. There's been so much chaos that you deserve to have more ease or more smoothness, or like, it's okay, live, be in love, enjoy every single moment, and don't think that this is gonna end with a disaster just because that's what your mind has been wired to operate.
I don't know if it's been wired, but I like to think
But
of
I'm
like,
like, I
Oh.
have.
Oh,
I'm
I
talking from
see.
my own,
Okay.
like, because I can relate to that too.
oh, okay.
Like, I have a beautiful moment, and I had a very, like, I was living in London, and my dad we met in Barcelona. We both met up in Barcelona, and we haven't seen each other for a year, and it was the best holiday I've ever experienced in my whole life. Everything was just so, the weather was perfect, we rented scooters, we were at the beach, everything was just so perfect. And as I was riding on that scooter,
Oh.
I remember and the narrative in my head was, of course I'm gonna get hit by a car now. Things are too perfect. Things are too great.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
not good.
actually, you are like that a lot.
Yeah.
You tend
Which,
to.
that's not good at all.
No, yeah, I don't let it consume me. I just
No.
think like, okay, noted. Just observing the thought.
Yeah.
But I'll cross whatever bridge happens. But for now,
Yeah.
I'm happy.
This is a good little chat.
The little child.
Maybe we should have a podcast.
Oh yeah, we are actually thinking of a Patreon channel
Yeah.
where we do like live streams and more in-depth videos of. Actually, you can let us know in the comments, like, because we are going to do Patreon. So what would you want to see differently there? We have ideas,
Yeah.
but like way more geeky stuff.
Yeah.
Like composting and where we don't have to worry about editing for attention span and like. So let us know in the comments what you'd like to see, and yeah.